Welcome, everyone. I am Ron. This is Ageless Balance. We are going to start out today, and today only. We're going to start out with marching and just do a standing warm-up. From here, we're going to go to seated strength. Get your weights out. Get ready for that. And then we're going to go from there to a standing, working the lower body. Little body weight strength, working those mobility, stability muscles. Keep the legs going. Let's get warmed up. Arm back, one forward, one back. Keep the legs moving. Keep the arms moving at the same time. You don't want just the legs moving. You want that balance. You want arms and legs moving together, upper and lower body. All right, take a break here. Arms down and just a narrow squat, feet shoulder width apart, butt out. Don't go very far down, and bring it back up again. If you want, use the back of your chair to keep your form, shoulder blades back, coming right straight down, butt's going back, little bend in the knees. The knees are going over the balls of the feet. Roll the hips and come back up again. So down. And as you come up, bring the arms up. If you're holding onto the chair, you can still bring the arms up as you get to the top, or keep one hand on the chair. Back down. A little deeper this time, a little bit. Keep the feet, knees, toes forward. Everything's pointed right out in front of you. Shoulder blades are back. One more time. Down, 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 down. And bring it up. Roll those shoulder blades back. All right, step jacks out to the side. Arms up overhead. Reach and bring it back in. Foot up, foot out. Toe pointed forward the whole way. Heel comes up first, then the ball of the foot. Don't push off too hard. Other side. Knock yourself over. Knock me over. And up and back. Reach the arms all the way across. Stretch out the upper back as you step that foot out. Weight shift between the two legs. Arms up overhead. Chest is out. Deep breath in and exhale as you come back. One more time each side. Out and up. Deep breath. Exhale. Coming back to the middle and to the other side. There you go. And bring it back. High knee. Just bringing that foot up. Nice and slow. Opposite hand. Opposite leg. Up. Excuse me. And up. Take your time with this. Coming off the heel first, then the ball of the foot. Lifting. And then back down. Other side. Same thing. Up. And back. Taking your time. Feel the floor underneath the foot. Ball the foot to the heel. All the way inside to outside, front to back. Taking your time. You don't bring that leg up very high. You don't need to. Just stay on that one leg. That stance leg. Feel the weight shift over that leg. Up and up. Okay, that was front. Let's go back. Heels to the butt. And feel those muscles working in the back of the thigh. Up. Hamstrings. Tightening up. Lifting that heel up towards the butt. Knee is pointed to the floor. Always knee is pointed to the floor. And bring it up. And up. Take your time. Again, single leg. Hold there for a count. Bring that heel up as high as you can get it. When you get it there, give it one more squeeze. Up. And then back down. And up. And up. You can go into a run on this if you want. You can go onto the balls of your feet. Kick the heels up. You can do that if you want. I'm not doing that. You can do that. And up. Up. And up. Couple more. Bring it up. Last one. Toes out at a 45-degree angle. Knees follow. So again, you can hold onto the chair if you want to for this. We're going to go down into a sumo squat. Butt goes right straight back. Knees stay over the ankles. Roll the hips and push back up. So down you go. Knees don't collapse. If you can't keep the knees to the outside, bring the feet in closer together. And then right down. Knees stay forward. And up, right over the ankles. If you need to use the hands on the thighs to keep the shoulder blades back, that's perfect. You should do that then. And up. Do what is right for you. Do right. Deadly do right. Down. Bust back. Roll the hips forward and drive right straight up, keeping the feet flat on the floor. Feel the muscles working on the inner thigh. Glutes outside of the butt. The boom. Back down. Push it back a little farther, a little deeper. Roll the hips. And bring it back up. Toes forward. Same thing, except this time arms go out with the toes forward going into a hip hinge. Push out and roll up, shoulder blades back. When you bring the hands up overhead, make sure you're bringing the shoulder blades back, stretching out the chest. Get the elbows as wide out as you can. So again, feet are shoulder width apart, a little wider, coming down. Just like you did with the squat, shoulders are back. You're looking out in front of you, except this time the knees are over the ankles, pushing the butt back. Roll the hips forward, squeezing those muscles in the butt and in the upper thigh, the back of the thigh. One more time, down and up. Stay right here, side bends. Arm up over the top, ear on the inside of the upper arm so you don't stress the neck. Bring it down, right down the side. Don't let yourself move forward, leaning forward. Don't do that. I always get hurt when I show what not to do. And other side, same thing. Take it down. Stretches in the shoulder through the rib cage. And back up one more time each side. Take it down. Down, down. A little deeper. A little more. And back up other side. So go down as far as you can, keeping that spine in neutral position so that all you're doing is stretching out the side, the vertebrae through the side of the spine. Down and back up. Again, arms are down. Shake that out. Hands right out in front. Little bend in the elbows. Going into an open book. Bringing that arm around as far back as you can get it. Don't turn the hips. Keep the hips forward. You're opening up the shoulder, opening up the chest. Feel the stretch all the way down the arm. And then bring it back into center. Other side, same thing. Out. Keep a little bend in the elbow as you bring it around. Great stretch through the upper arm, through those biceps muscles. And bring it back in again. Take it on down. Shake that out. We're going to pick the foot up, tap in, tap next to the foot, and other side. Again, use the chair if you need it. Balance, stay safe, over and over. This time, pick the foot up, lift, tap to the outside, and bring it back. Other side, same thing. Lift, tap, and back. So you're making sure you're picking that foot up, over the other foot, step it through, and bring it back again. Step, bring that leg over. Working like really hard to keep my balance here. Up and over, and bring it back. So don't balance, just don't let weight shift and then stop yourself. When the toe hits, it's balance on that single leg, pick the other foot up, tap, and come back. I thought he was going to attack my toes. And back over. So we're working on being able to move side to side, picking up the heel first, up, off the ball of the foot, tapping the toe, getting your balance, and then coming back again so that if you do move sideways, you can pick that foot up and step out and stepping back in again. Like that. All right. I'm going to take up on the heel or up on the toes, balls of the feet. Stretch the front of the shin. Work those muscles in the calves and back down. So you're working these muscles back here, back of the lower leg, calf muscles tightening up, bringing that heel up and back down. Remember, you're on the ball of the foot all the way across and up. So don't let the feet roll out to the sides, edges, sides, up and back down. This time as you go up, bring the arms up into a star, into a V, roll the shoulder blades back, open up the chest, and back down again. How high you come up with the heels is up to you, whatever your body will give you. Feet forward, balls of the feet are flat on the floor, shoulders are back, and then bring it back down. Toes are used hard. They're used a lot in this one to keep you from falling forward. So they're working, but the weight is not into them. They're just pushing you back so you don't fall forward. And bring it back down. Again. All right. Stepping out into a side lunge. So pick that foot up just like we did before. Out to the side. Knees forward. Shoulders to the floor. Right straight down. Stretching out. Hamstrings on that back leg or on that lead leg here. Going up the back into the glutes. You feel it on the inner thigh of that opposite leg. And back up. Other side. Shoulders straight down to the floor. Don't let yourself twist. And don't let that knee flare out to the side. Down and push back up. A couple more times. This time as you go down, shoulders are up, arms are up, parallel with the floor. Reach that arm out On that lead side, rotate the hand and bring it back in, out to the other side. Arms come up, shoulder blades come back. Going into that side lunge, take that lead hand, roll the shoulder forward, back, and come back up to center. Again. All right. All right, here we go. Little squat. We did these squats. Just take it down. As you come up, lift the knee and back down. You don't have to come very high, but just go in that squat. Up, opposite hand, up front, and back down. Up. Again, if you need the chair, use it. Put your hand on it. Hover over the back of the chair. You don't have to hold on to it. You can just hover over it to make sure that you are safe. And up. Standing on that single leg. Down and up. All right, we're going to add something to this. Hands behind the head. Shoulders are back. In fact, don't even put the hands behind the head because you push the chin to the chest. Put them out to the side of the head, making headphone cans right here on the side, like you're listening to music. And coming up, rotate just the shoulders and back down again. So what you're really concentrating on here is that the hips don't move. Take it down into that squat, elbows out, chest out, push up, and rotate. And bring it back down again. So what we can do with this is bring up one foot, rotate through the shoulders, don't fall to the side, and back down. Or bring it up, tap the toe, then rotate. Even that limited base by going to just the toe instead of the full foot on the floor is quite a challenge. Down, shoulders back, chest out, and around, and back down, up, rotate, whoa, and back. Couple more. Around and back. Last one. Right there. And we're good. Whew. That opened up the chest, opened up the front of the shoulders. For me, they were tight. Step back and up. I'm going to go into a lunge here. Reverse lunge. Make sure you're putting the weight in that front foot. So back foot comes up. Heel comes off the floor. Lift up in that back leg. Front leg is balancing you as you come forward. So it's not just tap back, tap forward. Get some balance in there. Down, push up with that front leg. That front leg, you're working the muscles in the back of the thigh and in the butt. Boom, bring it back. Down and up. Roll it forward one more time. Step it back into that little bit of a squat if you can and bring it up. Okay, so we're going to go back doing that reverse lunge, but this time I want you to do 3 pulses right here. So it's 1, 2, on the third one, up, push through the front leg, bring that back leg up, alternate legs back to the other side. 1, 2, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings on that back leg. You want to feel all the work happening above the knee to the butt. And push up on that front leg, back, 1, 2, up, and forward, other side. 1, 2. Again, use the chair if you need the chair. Keep the shoulders up. Don't lean way out forward. Work those muscles in the core. 1, 2, up, back. 1, 2, squeeze, bring it up. So when you're back here, last ones, one each side. Turn it. 2, using those muscles, rolling that hip forward on 3, pushing through the front leg and up. Other side back. 1, 2, and 3, and up. All right. Leg out to the side, arm out to the side, and bring them back in other way. Out and in. It's kind of a step jack. It's a reduced step jack, a modified. And in, over, and back, out. Bring that arm up nice and slow. As the arm comes down, push off that foot, walk it back in. Out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm telling myself, out and back in, out and back in. Front. So opposite arm, opposite leg. You're going to take that step back, arm out, push through, other side, and back. Getting all kinds of movement through that shoulder. Lots of range of motion. Bring it back, step. Keeping the back in neutral. Keep the shoulder blades back so you don't want to be down here. Bring it up, arm up so you create this diagonal line. up, excuse me, and bring it back. Couple more, and up. Last one, and step it up. That was warm up. You should be warm now. Sit down now. Now that you're all warm, grab a drink of water before you do. Bring it with you. And you'll need your weights here. Time to grab the weights. Sitting on the edge of the chair. So on these, what you want to do is, first off, let's set the weights down. Put the weights down. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. We want to find our neutral first. So bring the shoulder blades back. You're going into that. Roll back. Chest out. Shoulders as far back as they'll go, and then release. Let them fall right underneath the ears. Hands should come so that the palms are facing backwards. You don't want thumbs forward. You want the back of the hands for this one. And one more time, roll the shoulders, palms forward, and then roll them back down again with palms in. All right, so make sure, try to get out to the edge of the chair if you can. We're going to start out with a hip hinge, so hands on the thigh. Let's do these before we go into the weights, before we put a little added resistance on here. Let's just get this movement down. Shoulders are back. Chest is out. We're in that neutral. Coming down over the legs. You should feel a stretch lower back going into the glutes. And then use the hands to drive you back up again. So we're just warming up right now. Don't go into a heavy using the lower back to pull you up. Use the hands. Palm of the hands on the thighs. Come down. See if you can get a little deeper. Keep those shoulder blades back. Get as deep as you can between the legs and push back up again. Hands down to the sides. As we've warmed up these muscles a little bit, we can start going into the glutes to pull us back up again. So we'll take it down. Again, chest is up. Shoulders are back as you come down. And roll those shoulder blades back to help you back up again, to bring you up. So back down. Chest is out. Chin is up. Spine stays straight. Roll the shoulder blades back to help you come up. And you're there. One weight. One. Taking the left hand, putting it across the knees so that the shoulders always stay square to the floor. So what we don't want is to turn into the weight or turn away from it. We want the shoulders to be square to the floor. Use the hands on the thighs to hold you right there and to hold the shoulder blades back and chest is out. Single hand, we're going to do a row, bringing the arm right straight back. Squeeze it and out. Shoulder blades are back. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Work those muscles in the upper back. Roll the shoulder blade back and out. Bring it in. You should feel this shoulder all the way through that shoulder blade going to the spine and back. A little bend in that elbow all the time. You never lock it out. Lock it out and back out. See, it's 4 days off. That's what happens. I'm not used to having 4 days off. And back up. But my wife was home. That was good. We went hiking and biking. Back and out one more time. Bring it in. Roll the shoulder blade around and back down. So when I say move that shoulder blade around, what you're not doing is turning the whole shoulder. You're just taking that one arm, shoulder blade tightens up, bringing those muscles around so that the elbow comes back around just a little bit and then back down, but keeping the shoulders square to the floor. So you're using those muscles in the upper back, the posture muscles, to do that last part of the movement. Up, roll the shoulder around and back down. Take your time. If you can, bring that hand up just a little bit so that you're not hanging right down at the side. Use those muscles in the front of the shoulder to keep that hand raised just a little bit. Up, shoulder blades back, shoulders square to the floor, and back out. So I have to remind myself constantly to keep that spine in a straight line. Otherwise, I kind of lean out forward. Letting gravity do the work. Letting myself get lazy and just drop into it. Back. One more time. And out. Last one. Last one. Hold it. And out. 2 weights. Two weights. This one we're going to go neutral grip, palms face in, shoulder blades back, chest out. Thing to remember on this one, keep the shoulder blades back. We're going to do a curl forward, coming up about a little over half. Somewhere in there. And back down. Don't go all the way. So the only thing we're looking for is don't come up over the top. You get past that tipping point where now you don't feel the biceps working anymore. It's kind of the weight's just pulling it back toward the shoulder. So all you're doing is coming up long enough that you can feel these muscles in the front of the upper arm, doing the work, holding, and then back down again. Again, don't go all the way down. Don't let them just hang there. Use those biceps the whole way through this. Elbows stay right next to the torso. Use the front of that shoulder, that deltoid in the front of the shoulder to hold the elbow forward and back down. If you got a weight that's too heavy that you can't keep the shoulders from going forward, go to a single weight and just hold the bells. You can bring it up and back down again. This works the forearm as well as you're gripping that bell on each side. Up and back down. Just keep the elbows pointed right at the hips. Up and back down. 2 more. Bring it up nice and slow, feeling these muscles, front of the upper arms, doing all the work. And back down. Last one. Up. 3/4 of the way up. And back down again. That was them. What are you going to do next? Side raises. Side raises. Shoulders back, chest out. So let's just work one arm at a time. First off, elbows bent, 90 degrees, like this. Start there. Arm up and back down again. This is where you start the shoulder. Up and back in. If you are not having any problems keeping the shoulder blades back, if you're not feeling any stress on the shoulder, you can start bringing those elbows, extending them, and then coming out on the sides in an arc and back down again. And that's how you can adjust how much weight you're working with on each one of those moves. Start out here before you go into the rest of it, though, so you can work just a little bit at a time, down and in. What you'll find in time, you'll be able to get those hands out farther, or your shoulders are just going to say, nope, you'll never do that. Then you get strong with what you've got. Down. It's an arc, though. That elbow arcs, and that's what we're really concentrating on. No matter how extended the arms are, the elbows still arc up and back down. Another option on this one is one arm at a time. Give one a rest if you're having any problems with the shoulders at all. Up and back down. Make sure you're keeping those shoulders right straight back. Nice and tight behind you. Chest out front, looking right straight out. Up and back down. Out and in. One more. Right there. And back down. Set the weights down. Weights down. Shake the arms out. Grab onto the back of the chair. We're going to go into a cat-cow. Stretching out. We worked front of the arm, side of the shoulder, and front of the shoulder. So bring those arms back behind you to stretch all that out. Grab onto the back. Roll the shoulders back. Chest out as far as you can get it. Deep breath in, and then exhale, bringing the arms around, hands on the thighs, and then stretch out the upper back. Stretching out those muscles we used on that first exercise, those rows. Feel the stretch through the upper back. Grab onto the back of the chair. Coming back, deep breath in. And exhale. All right, we got that stretched out a little bit. A couple things we're going to do yet with the weights, but first, we're going to get out to the edge of the chair. Hands on the shoulders, shoulder blades back. Come down. The only thing you're moving is at the hips. That is the only place there's any movement. So if you feel yourself rolling forward, stop it. Stop doing that. Go back only as far as you can go before you start to lean forward. So we do this lean forward to counteract. That way it feels like that back is really going deep, but it's arched all the way back. We want to keep that spine in neutral position, protect the lower back as far as you can get, and then back up again. One more time, back. Hold it, and back up. So it's not about getting your back all the way back against the chair. It's about using these muscles all through the core here, where as you go back, you're tightening them all up. They're holding you in place, keeping you from hitting the back, and back up again. So it's just using these muscles. You don't have to touch the back of the chair. That's ridiculous. Grab onto the heels of the palms on the seat of the chair, like that. We're going to push up through. So we're not actually going to bring us up off the chair. It's just pushing the palms into the chair and then extend out and bring it back again. So up, shoulder blades back, and bring it back. One thing you want to do, and this is kind of hard, is don't lock the elbows out when you get to the top. So it's not push through and then get that negative movement off of the elbow. What we're doing is we're leaving a little bend in the elbow, pushing up through, and what you want to feel are these triceps in the back of the upper arms doing the work. All you have to feel is them engage. You may pull the butt up off the chair a little bit and back down. So all we're doing is an isometric here. We're putting those muscles, biceps or the triceps that we're trying to isolate, putting them under tension, holding them there, and then back down again. Nice, easy move. And if you can get the butt off the chair, that's fantastic. But don't do it at the sake of the arms and the shoulders. Keep a little bend in that elbow all the way through there. Up and back down. One more. Squeeze it nice and tight. And bring it back. So what I see with a lot of people is they bring the butt off the chair and then they do the down and up. It's okay. It takes a lot of strength, and it's really easy to lose your form. Grab your weights. Doing it that way, you get just as much as if you take yourself up in that crunch, bring yourself up, extend the elbows, and then hold right there, concentrating on those muscles on the back of the arms. Really concentrate on those triceps. And if you can't feel it, squeeze, contract the muscles. Where'd you come from? All of a sudden, he's walking between my legs. All right, couple things left. Arms up, palms forward, elbows out, shoulder press up, and back down. So this is a military press. Palms stay forward, elbows stay out. Make it smaller as you get to the top, kind of a diamond shape, triangle shape. It's pointed and up. Bring it back down. Weights stay a little bit in front of the head. As you come down, shoulders go back, elbows a little bit behind you there. So we're going up a kind of a diagonal as we go up. Working the shoulders, but we're also working the muscles in the back, the lat muscles, and the trapezoids. Bring them up. And back down. Two more. Take your time. Only go up as high as you need to. And back down. You don't have to extend out. You can feel those muscles working. You go halfway up, perfect. If that's all you can get out of it, that's what you get. And bring it back down, and arms down, all the way down. Single weight, last one. Now we're really going to go into these triceps in the back of the upper arms. So again, taking yourself out, just like when we did the row. Hip hinge over the thighs, hand across the thighs, holding yourself straight, concentrating on the shoulders always being square, and the shoulder blades are back. We're just going to take that elbow back as far as it'll go. Extend out. Feeling those muscles in the back of the upper arm doing the work. Contracting to pull that lower arm up. Again, don't lock out when you get to the back. Don't take it and get that elbow all the way back so that feels like you're doing a reverse angle there. You don't go that far back. You always have a little bend in that elbow. And then you squeeze those muscles back there. Really concentrate on trying to tighten just those muscles in the back of the upper arm. Squeeze it. and back down. Keep the wrist steady. What you don't want to do is roll the wrist so that the weight comes up by the hand or by the arm. Keep it where it is at the end of the hand. Out and back in. Nothing else is moving, just that elbow. Out and back in. To the other side we go. Batman. Shoulder blades back. Find your positioning first. Elbow back as far as it'll go. Make sure you're not twisting at all. Shoulders are square. And out. Squeeze it. And back down. Don't go all the way forward. We're just working the triceps, not the biceps. So this is kind of more of a pulse. Back and down just a little bit. Relax it, and then right back into it again. And down. Keeping that muscle under tension as long as we can. Maximum tension at the farthest point, and then you drop down, letting some of that tension off of those muscles, and then put them right back into play again. Engage and release. 2 more. There's 1. Bring it in. Out. And back down. Weights down. You're done with the weights. We will go to standing from this point on. Up we go. Sit to stand. Remember, straight back. Knees over ankles. So with this exercise we just did, we worked heavily, the Heverly brothers, shoulders back. You should feel it all the way from the hand up the arm, and then right from the butt or from the elbow to the shoulder, all the way around the arm. You should feel biceps and triceps were engaged, and then through the upper back. When you squeeze them together, always holding your neutral position, and then around the elbow, we did the forward raise. We did the side raise, so we got those deltoids in the front and the side. We were busy. Busy. All right. Shoulders back. Get onto the back of your chair. So first thing we're going to do, I want you to start out. We did this in warm-ups, but it was a little easier. First thing we're going to do is just bring foot out to the side and back in. So I leaned way out to the side to counterbalance. I'm not using these muscles for the core. Again, muscles get lazy. Don't make them work. They won't. Hold yourself right over that stationary leg. Feel how much more work that is in that stationary leg. It's a lot. Up. Heel. Feels like you're leading with the heel. Little bend in the knees, both of them. Toes directly forward. All the work is happening right here to the sides of the glutes and into the sides of the hip. Both sides. Out. And back in. One more time. Out. And back in. I'm going to get behind the chair. I saw somebody who used a clear plastic chair, and I'm thinking that might be the best option so I'm not hidden behind the chair. What we're going to do is that leg out to the side like we did before. And back in. Out. Opposite arm, opposite leg, creating a diagonal line. Make sure you're right over that stationary leg. Bend in the knee, ball the foot to the heel, full surface contact with the floor, and back in. So it's out and back in. So this is where you can start, not necessarily, you can just like hover over the chair. So your hands over the chair, and then you can bring your arm up without touching the chair or just a fingertip, but try to reduce the amount of pressure you're putting on the arm, on the hand when you do this. So opposite arm, opposite leg, little bend in the knee, bring it up and back down. I'm doing it without the chair just so you can see. So what I like to do with these, it's a lot easier if you start out arm up and then bring the leg out, or vice versa, bring the leg out first and then the arm instead of both at the same time. Find your balance here first, and the arm comes up and back down. A couple more. Out and back down. Again, holding on to the back of the chair as much as you need, but see if you can limit the touch. Out and back in. Other side, start with just the leg first. Bring it out and back in. So what we're trying to do is these muscles really got tight from that last exercise. We want to give them a little bit of a break before we go right into lifting that leg. So it's up. Squeeze the glutes. Get a feel for this. Leg is always in alignment with the other one. Out and back in, same plane, so don't let it go forward. Don't let the toe go out. Don't kick forward. Right up the side, lead with the heel, toe forward. He took my chair. And back in. Out. And back in. If you're ready, opposite arm, opposite leg. Arm up. The other thing you can do, tap the toe, lift the toe off the floor, back down whenever you need it, and then see if you can just last a little bit longer, and back in. Again, the key is right here. What we're practicing is putting all of the weight in a straight line through that leg all the way down to the foot. Foot's flat on the floor, so you got full stability, and back in from the head, shoulders, ribs, all the way down into that leg, to the foot. Up. And back down. So I'm keeping this foot fairly close to the floor. Having a little more trouble balancing on this side. It's my left leg that's doing the work. And back down. So I'm keeping that toe close to the floor so I can tap, but I still want to bring it up as much as possible. And back down. Again, I really like that exercise. All right, next. Back of the chair. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. All right, heel raises. Hands on the back of the chair. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Lift through the heels. This time we got the chair to help you balance, so bring those heels up as high as you can get them. Stay up there. Make sure you're not in the toes or you haven't locked out your knees. Really easy to do on this one is lock the knees out and then let the feet just roll out to the side. Ball of the foot all the way across on the floor. Little bend in the knees. Shoulder blades are back. You want that body all lined up. Only contact you have with the floor is the ball of the foot, so you should be right over the top of it. Up. So this gets us into the practice of always being over our stable leg or stable legs if we've got two legs down, strengthening up all the muscles so that whatever's on the floor, we've got strong muscles to keep us right there, keep us stacked. You start leaning forward or to the side, you lose balance completely. So you always want to be safest by being over your base of support. Up, hold, and back down. Again, felt that. Heel up to the butt. Just nice and easy. Stretching out the quadriceps. So bringing that heel up, alternating, and back down. Don't squeeze too hard. Don't break anything. Up and back down. Stationary leg has a little bit of a bend in the knee. Notice the weight shift. As soon as you pick, for me, left leg up, my body shifts right over that stationary leg and back down again. We're doing is we're hardwiring into the brain, teaching it anytime you're on one leg. Here's where you go, and it's going to recognize this is where it needs to be stable. And back down, because we're tightening up, we're strengthening the muscles so that we're always right here. That's where they'll automatically go when you tighten them up. And down, other side up. And back down, step away from the chair. I love saying that. Do it every time we do this exercise. Little bend in the knees, feet on the floor. And drop down. Keeping the shoulder blades back. Spine stays straight. All the way up into the head. Coming down, stretches in the hamstrings, which feels really good. Through the glutes. Take the hands, push up through. Walk in. Shoulder blades back. And one more time. Step back. Down in front. Looking down at the floor. Get as deep as you can by pushing the butt out, not by the knees coming forward. And that's where the chair really helps with this one. You're not tempted to kind of crunch down, bending the knees. You can push off that chair just a little bit to drive the butt back. Stretch it. Step up. Step in. Shake it out. Since I have a cat on the chair, if you want to sit down to do this, you can. I'm going to finish standing up. A little bend in the knees, feet. Get yourself supported underneath there. So with all these exercises, where the balance is, first thing you have to do is make sure that the foot is flat on the floor, always. Anytime you're doing any type of exercise, actually just all the time, really concentrate. Come down on the side. on that foot being flat on the floor all the time. And back up. It will improve your balance. It's not really about improving your balance. It's just lining yourself up. You will be more balanced. And back up. And then you strengthen those ankles up, the legs, to always go right there. Down inside one more time. To always put that foot flat. And back up. Other side. Take it down. And you're there. Open book. Arms forward, shoulder blades back. So don't let yourself roll forward with this one. Shoulder blades are back. Arms are forward. Arm out to the side. As far back as you can get it. It's just a great stretch. Keep the arms up so they're parallel with the floor. And then bring it back. Super for the chest. Coming through the shoulder. Around. You're going to feel it in the biceps. As you get that arm behind you or wherever it gets. And then bring it back to center. Key here. Don't turn the hips. Don't do that. And shake that out. Hand up. Reach overhead and bring it back in. So it's out and up. Other side. Push through all the way to the ceiling. Pivot that back foot. Up and across. One more time. Over there and back. Arms out to the sides. Wood chopper. Bring it down. Hands come right next to the body, and then the wrist starts to turn right here and bring the shoulders around as you come down. Don't bend. We're just getting those shoulders to rotate. So shoulders stay in a straight line, hands come around, reach to the side, and then back up again. We're going to get more of the body into it here. Pull up on that trailer leg on the ball of the foot, rotate the foot. Bring the arms around and just get a little more rotation. Keep that other foot straight out in front of you. And up one more time. Up and around. So this hip, this knee, those toes have to be pointed right straight out in front of you so you don't turn the hips. That's a lower back issue right there. And bring it down. Rotate off that, pivot off that back foot. Roll the shoulders and back in. If you're comfortable with it, if you can maintain that straight back, that neutral posture, as you come down, you can do a hip hinge as you come around, but you're not leaning forward, leaning down into it. You're just rotating the back, shoulders rotate, everything stays forward right there on that opposite side, and up one more time. Up, around, and back. I love that exercise. I love it. Fingers intertwined, palms right out front, shoulder blades are back. Great stretch for the biceps again. Chin to chest. Roll the shoulders forward. Upper back. As you bring the chin back, bring the arms up overhead. Roll the shoulder blades back as far as you can get them. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring the arms behind you. Fingers intertwined. Palms up. Roll the shoulder blades back. Like that. Oh, it feels so good in the back. As long as you bring those shoulder blades back, stretch out the chest, feel those muscles working, and release. It's not a lot of work on that one. Down. You don't want to put a lot of tension in the muscles at that time. We're stretching out. Down underneath, up overhead, deep breath in. Stomach out, force the stomach out, feel the lungs open up, and exhale. Hard, get all the gunk out of the lungs so that you can get fresh air in. One more time. Up overhead. Deep breath in, stomach out, and exhale, bringing the arms down. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you Friday. We will be back again. It'll be fun. Whatever it is, guarantee fun. Thank you.